Hello and welcome back to Crusader Kings III, the Italian Conquest, and the Empire of Sicily. Starting obviously from the Sicily region, we got bumped out by the Byzantines, the Holy Roman Empire, the papacy, and we were exiled to Africa, where we've been expanding pretty rapidly since then. I've been told in the comments that I'm expanding very rapidly down here, and I'm facing a lot of rebellions, and I've really never faced this many rebellions before. And again, I've been told it's because I'm expanding too rapidly, and the religion and culture of these areas I'm not taking time to kind of acclimate them to me, essentially convert them to my culture and religion, and that's really why I'm getting those rebellions. So what I need to be doing is, number one, potentially expanding slower, which isn't as much fun, but we'll talk about it. And then second of all, convert faith and county over here. You can actually see that most of my land has converted into Catholicism already that I've taken here, especially the stuff I've been holding for a little while. So I can really speed up the rest of it. For example, something here or here, and just we'll complete in 5 years. So I can just, like, for example, click here and just start converting the faith there. Same thing here with promote culture. Now this is a lot different. I am not Sicilian. I'm actually Norman, I think. Yeah, I'm actually considered Norman, which is kind of interesting to me because I am the Empire of Sicily. So we want to look into that. But regardless, this is where all of our issues are coming in. You can see all of this is not Norman or anything close to it. So let's just keep kind of doing this, increasing the Norman culture throughout, etc. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop expanding. I've kind of committed to the bit at this point. I'm just going for a conquest where I'm just going to keep battling off dangerous factions and hope that I can outpace it with mercenaries and total soldiers and levy count. Anyway, we have 2 dangerous factions coming our way that I don't love. Makes me a little bit nervous. We talked about the Y a second ago. I could see this one's going to fire off, and you can see them highlighting kind of up here as I hover over them. See one over here. They're going to fire off kind of up here north, and this guy's going to fire off primarily down here south. This one is scarier at 259%. This one is scary at 197. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to, in about 6 months maybe, we're going to start up our army here so that we're ready. Once this fires, we just take them out. I'm not as nervous about rebellions than I am about like wars against me, or like actual wars with vassals that are rising against me. These ones aren't as bad because their levy doesn't really regenerate. I am having my spymaster Rodrigo make me some armor. I'm gonna do this because I could really use the piety. Yep, I'm faithful. Great. Ultimatum, like we said, 19 months up here. This one's losing ability to do it. This one's gaining ability to fight me. 7 months. So again, in a couple of seconds, we'll raise up our army. We'll make sure that we're in a position to fight them. While we're waiting on this, wait until this is maybe 5 months, and then we'll 5 or 4 months, and then we'll raise it. There are a couple more battles that we can go for. As much as I just said literally 2 seconds ago that I want to consider not doing that. There are some more holy wars that I can take. Let's see. Challenge for artifact. To the abhorrent Emperor Roger, you have something that belongs to me. A non-lethal single combat. Who are you and how good are you? You are 13 prowess, 12 martial. I am 25 prowess. Sure. 25 prowess. I don't know. Okay, fine. Prince Duru and I stalk each other, each weighing our options. He has a fearsome sword while I grip my own bill polearm. This thing stinks. Tightly, the deadly weapon feels cold and weighty in my grasp. The fight might only be till first blood, but that doesn't even my nerves. Medium increase to my likelihood of success, low increase to... We're gonna do this one. My spear flows around Duru like water, each strike chaining fluidly to the next, a series of perfectly timed attacks. Duru surges forward, forcing me back with a quick slash before bringing a high kick up to my chest. I almost topple. My form is good, with only small errors, and Duru's stance is passable. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. We're gonna do full take this. It gives me knife to hand, which increases my intrigue forever, I think. So let's do it. My spear makes a thrusting jab one way, only for me to draw a fresh drag with my offhand and lunge at Duru as he attempts to parry. Duru cranks his neck, then starts raining blows against my guard, a marathon of powerful cleaves that almost breaks me with their relentless ferocity. My form is good with only small errors, and Duru's stance is passable. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. Let's do medium and low. We'll keep it just confident. We have 25 prowess. We should be okay here. Okay, my spear flows around him like water. My form is excellent, little chance for mistake. Okay, I can gain knife to hand for 5 years, which I already got again. Let's do this one again. Victory. They pull back just in time. My offhand stab almost ends this. Duruz throws a quick slash at me with his sword, but seems ill-focused. It doesn't take much effort to knock the weapons from my opponent's hand, and it's only then that I see the gleam of an offhand dagger in his other fist. Thinking quickly, I slam my spear's haft into his other hand in my backswing, sending the hidden blade flying off. Not wanting to risk more trickery, I move to unseam him groin to neck. Duru only narrowly avoids a messy death with one of the fastest yields I've ever seen. I am victorious. I win the single combat against Duru due to sudden death? Sudden death. All right, well, I won that, which doesn't really matter. It just means that I get to keep an artifact, which I don't even know what the artifact was, so whatever. But that was fun. That was a little nice nice thing. Let's go back to factions. Ultimatum in 5 months. I think we are going to raise our army now. So we'll put our army right here, and we'll raise it up. I'm victorious, which means I keep the marble scepter of... Oh, that's good. That's a nice scepter. Raising my army up should put us in a position where we are... Oops. That might not be... Oh, that is good. I don't have any children yet, so that gives me an heir, which is good. I do also, however, need... Yeah, I'm going to need to get restraint pretty quickly if it's a son. My army is together. How far is this faction out? 3 months, so we got a little bit to wait. Greetings, my perceptive liege. This guy's just coming in to give me some money, which I always love. You gotta love when people give you money. Decisions, hold court. We're not gonna handle that right now. We're just gonna wait until this faction fires, and then we're gonna go take him out. All right, can send an ultimatum at any time. Whoa. Do I want to start promoting the most sacred life of Pope Innocentus? He gives me 450. Sure, why not? I'm expecting this to fire off at any second, and then we'll begin the festivities. There it is. All right, well, you want freedom? You shall have it in death. Rally the troops and pause it up. All right, this guy is probably going to fire as well, but they're not really all that powerful. So who do we have? We have 3,100 over here, which I don't like, but they're not too bad. 900 and 2,000. We're going to hit them hard, right? So you go here. I'm going to win that decisively. You go here and try to chase them down. We'll take both of them out. Then our combined force will come over here and hit them. And then we'll come down here and hit them. I don't think this should be too bad. We'll know for sure as soon as we start fighting. Okay, there we go. We're plus 12% now because we took them out. Good. Let's take you out while we're here. You have 38,600 people. I think you should be able to take them out by yourself. Doing a little divide and conquer, which is fine. Heresy, yeah, get this fiend out of my court. No problem. You're gonna come down here. We'll beat them pretty handily down there. This is my heir. My heir has no inheritable traits, which I kind of assumed would happen. This is also going to be King Roger. We're gonna educate him, and you guys know that I love my martial focus, so we'll start there. And then this battle's about to be over. This battle, inspiration realized. Emperor Roger's flexible mail, prowess +5, prestige +0.08, and knight effectiveness +5. Is that better or worse? That is marginally better than this. Actually, you know what? It's actually kind of worse than this. So, whatever. Yeah, we should win this, no problem, right? Does it still say we're gonna win this? It says we'll probably win. I have faith that we'll win. You now need to come over here, or at least here. We are plus 32 right now. It says we might not win this, but we have almost double their numbers. I can't imagine that we lose this. Good. Plus 38, and then let's bring you over here. Gonna take these guys out next, and then all we have to do left to finish this rebellion out is... I think that might be the last army in this rebellion. So as long as we can come over here and squash them, we're actually fine. We're good to go. You are under siege, which I'm not afraid of because I have double your army. Yeah, this is not bad at all. Available dynasty legacy. I love my bloodline. I usually always fill this out. It's just a personal preference. Gives us chance of getting good congenital traits. And at the end, it gives us life expectancy +5, which is just really good for me because your mature ruler at the end of their reign is the most effective in my, obviously, opinion. My spy master has led me with a discovery. My patriarch is scheming against my sister. Well, I don't want my sister to be murdered, so we're gonna have to do this, and I'm gonna have a mental break. Yeah, there you go. That'll end the rebellion, then we can move on to other more important things. Let's just end this. How's that other rebellion looking? 1 month. So this one's going to fire. We're going to have to send our troops up north and end that one as well. But that should be fine. I'm really not too worried about it. You see that these rebellions really aren't a massive issue. Yeah, there you go. So enforce demands, so be it, all good. Now, again, this one is an ultimatum at any time. Let's check the members out again. These are where? Yeah, so we got 1 up there. We have 1, 2. You can see them being highlighted. We have 3 there. We have 4, 5 over there. So it's all along the coast up here. Let's squash this one. We'll head this direction and get these 2. Then we'll double. Now, you know what? We'll head up this way. Get this one. Get these 2. Then move left. Rebellions, not the most interesting thing that we can be doing right now, but we need time to pass. It's okay. Yeah, I'm not messing with that. Rally the troops. Come on up here. We're going to take both of them out. Then we'll take both of them out. Should be relatively easy. On pause. As long as they stay sieged. Nah, see, you're moving. I don't like that. We still way outnumber them, even if they... Oops. I lost my personal physician. I'm going to get a new one. Let's recruit for a physician. I always love having a physician for obvious reasons. You don't want to be in a position where you get sick and then, die because of it. Okay, court physician. They all stink, so I'm not going to get any of them as my personal physician. We're just going to move up here. Now you can see that they... Yeah, unfortunately, you can see that they did band together there. We still outnumber them and outclass them. War declared against me. Holy war for the Duchy of Quaffara. Let's make sure we know where this one is. It's down here. It's you. Okay. I'm not really afraid of you. And my army is... Yeah, let's go end the rebellion first. And then we're going to go up and go and fight them down there. All right. You're big enough that I'm a little bit worried, but I outclass you significantly with my quality of troops and number of troops. So I think I'm good. Let's just see if it thinks I'm going to win this. A scheme at court. Yeah, let the traitor be known. Visions of the divine... Okay, available perks. We're going to go anatomical studies first, and then we're going to go for restraint next, which allows us to embrace celibacy. Now, there's a good chance that we're going to get pregnant again before, but let me just take a look here. Does it feel like we're going to win this? I mean, they'll band together, which can be scary, but look, I mean... Oh, yeah, good. We outnumber them, we outclass them. It shouldn't be a problem. All right, enforce demands, so be it. Now, we need to get back down here, which is a big, long journey. I am negative 20%, predicted arrival 12 months. Okay, I think 12 months is long enough that we disband, and then we re-raise our armies here. How long? 400 days. Okay, so I was wrong. All right, now I learned. I thought that maybe I could beat them by just reforming my armies down here, but obviously that didn't work, and so we're just gonna have to deal with it. We are negative 40%. The benign Emperor of Roger of Sicily. You have 430 people. I don't need you. We're negative 40%. We gotta make sure that we hold them to not taking any more land, but I think we should be fine. Oop, I just lost an empty council position, so let's throw... We can put you in, I suppose. Yeah, I screwed that up, didn't I? I could have already been down here with my army. It's okay. It's only negative 20 again because it looks like somebody else came in and took this or something. So we'll be fine in this one. 50 days. Sweet little smiles and lies. Just like other children his age, my son and heir Roger sometimes lies and tests boundaries. We got charming, which is fine. So we're good. From dust. Yep, that's fine. Okay, everybody please get here. Oh, my wife is pregnant, which is not great because it could be a son, which will split my realm up. Now, I should be able to win this pretty handily, even if they come in. We outnumber them significantly, so I don't imagine that this is a problem. Coming down here and winning this battle, yeah, he's done. Not even a contest, and you're gonna jump right into me? Yeah, see that? You're done. Okay, we got plus 26 from that. I would typically say, now hold on a second. Okay, let's counter siege this. I would typically say that we consider white piecing out of something like this because it's just, I don't know, not really worth it in my opinion to go through the full battle. And how do I feel about that? I get a little bit of piety, I get a little bit of prestige, but that's it. Yeah, I think we white piece and then attack him immediately. Sure. All right, we have to make him pay for attacking us. So this is great. Now I'm going to disband my army, and Mr. Man, you have put yourself in a position where you ticked me off. And you know what that means? Unfortunately, it means that you have to go. So we are going to raise up our armies over here. 40 days is all it takes. Not 100% sure why it only takes 40 days at that point. You guys are going to fire off as well, but luckily you're right in the area, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. I have a ton of levy, and I'm doing actually pretty good. So this is kind of working. I'll tell you what, we do need some faith-based work here. Let's throw you where? Change faith down here. At least then we won't have faith-based wars, right? Let's go you. And culture, you're working on it. Okay, you're working on culture somewhere, so we'll just let you do your thing. Once these are done, come down here and siege this, which is their capital. Good, I got a daughter. We're gonna go Marie. Marie is robust, which is great to see. You're sieging me there. I have a feeling that we want to just go and smash you really fast. We outclass you and outnumber you, and so I don't really think that you are a problem. We can hunt you down. Okay, my lord, my patriarch Randolph approaches me with urgency. A local merchant has a copy of the influential Regalia Pastoris, but refuses to sell it to me. Do we want to buy this book? My learning increases by 1? Sure. All right, buddy, sorry, you're gonna go away. You are done. We're plus 20% now. I'm gonna send this force down here. Scheme at court. Someone is planning to kill me. No, look at my gloves. Look at my hands. They're like studded gloves. Don't love being murdered. That's not a good thing. So let's get this. This puts us at plus 73. What are you doing? Where are you sailing? Oh, you're sailing down the river. All right, this one should be relatively fast, and then we'll win this war pretty quickly. You are who? My vassal gave me court grandeur. That's fine. Schemer discovered. Someone's planning to kill my sister Rachel. Don't love that. I want to know who's planning to kill me, though. We're going to get restraint, and then we're going to embrace celibacy. Reason being, we have a heir, and we have essentially a backup daughter. We don't need any more people diluting the inheritance. Oh, you have my siege weapons. That's why. We know this dangerous faction. Oh my gosh. Never mind. 24 months, I was going to say, is about to fire off, but it's really not. We'll get all this land, which is great. Love that. You also want to fight me. Your prowess is not good. Your martial is, I think, marginally better than mine. Sure, we'll fight you again. Prince Duru again. Sure, yeah. We'll get offhand dagger again. It's the same guy. Why do you think it's different this time? Why did I fight him again, I think is the question. But let's go this one. We'll go high medium, and then we'll go high medium again. And I won again. So okay. Dude, you gotta just stop going after me, please. Oh, he's going after it again. All right. Holy War for the High Chiefdom of Noop. We're gonna enforce demands here. We're gonna end this war, and we just got a little bit bigger. We don't really want these territories personally, so let's give it to rapacious, fearless, rapacious, righteous lackey. We could try a righteous lackey. And then let's give Rabba away to magnanimous. Yeah, sure. All right, we'll see if that helps at all. Obviously, if you attack me, you gotta go. But what do we want to do next? I mean, our empire's looking pretty big. We have 7,800 total levy, and we're pretty young. We're only 30. We have an heir, which is great. We have, sure, we'll grant vassals to rightful lieges. I can usurp the kingdom of Canaan, which is right there. Costs 500. But doesn't really give me all that much. It'll actually break Canaan up if I do that, which is interesting, and we can expand that way. I'm gonna wait before I do that until I'm ready. All right, so we'll let it run for just a little bit. We're doing really good. We can, take some more counties and stuff if we really wanted to. For example, we can grab this if we wanted to. We can keep grabbing territory. I would like to increase my piety up to devoted servant or above. Reason being, I want to have another kingdom tier war I'd like to go for. We're gonna assign this guy. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind that. Why don't we plan another trip over? Let's just blitz our way through some piety. We can do that pretty easily by doing what is it? It's a pilgrimage. We have enough money. We're in between wars. Let's do a pilgrimage. We'll do a pious pilgrimage. We're just going to go right to the Vaticano. We're going to do mercenary guards. We're also going to do, I think there's mountains along the way. What is the intent? It's going to be altruism, which is popular opinion and piety. I think that's a good way to do it. Pilgrim fidelity level 2. I mean, we could do this and get much more piety. Sure, whatever. Let's do this. Go ahead, travel. We're gonna get a bunch of events, we know that, but we'll get a ton of piety as a result, and because we're using piety so frequently in our holy wars, I think it's really gonna make sense. Pilgrimage, a fresh start, only gonna take about 2 months for this pilgrimage, which is really not that much. So it's gonna go there, come back. Artifacts have low durability. What is this? Yeah, I'm not employing a personal physician still. Let's look for a personal physician. My lord, but please a moment of your time to hear my latest poem. Reduces the cost of the refined poetry tradition by 1,000 prestige, or I gain the trait poet, which is, yeah, whatever. Court physician, you're average, and so I'll just go with you. It's not great, but it's something. Yeah, so we're at Rome. I have walked the holy path. I gained the trait pilgrim. Pilgrim is monthly piety and a couple other things. All of your entourage members, great. My pilgrimage is here. All right, we're just gonna, oh, there you go. During our pilgrimage to Roma, I can't help but return to the local market, perusing the wares. One stand in particular catches my attention. The merchant grins at me and proclaims, I have the wares, if my lord has the coin. These exotic gifts would make a nice profit back home, or I can save them as a gift. I can gain exotic wares, or my pilgrimage becomes more, let's get pious. I want more pious. Okay, hold on a second. So, anything else? These are all Catholic. Where do we want to go next? I say we go right here next. 10 years. You have 23 months left to convert that culture. I am the cultural head of the Normish culture. Reform Norman, divulge culture. Reform Norman, revolt, divulge culture. Okay, I don't know much about reforming this, but I am going to take a look into this later. I guess the point is, yeah, so I can spend prestige to get different things, like castle holding construction times, equal inheritance, can enact the equal gender law. I'll look into this in between recordings, but we probably want to do some reforms eventually to our culture because we are the cultural head. Material blessings. A pilgrim puts down a votive doll before the altar, bowing her head. I see Olaf blessing her and muttering something in her ear. Holy, I managed to hear. Medicinal jar gains plus 2% monthly piety? Sure. Okay. Pilgrimage conclusion. At our time at this sacred site draws to an end. I feel reassured that while I may not have been the most pious pilgrim out there, I have proven my dedication to the Lord in more ways than one. This being my first pilgrimage, and while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I am more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey. I gained 225. I gained 10 trait experience in the pilgrim trait. Because your faith has the armed pilgrimage tenet, I gained determined pilgrim. Okay. Monthly piety plus 5. Monthly piety per night plus 2. Finish pilgrimage. Now look, my piety is plus 6. Determined pilgrim is plus 22%. That's pretty good. Come on. I think that was worth it. The trodden path, blah, blah, blah. What do we want to do? Friendship with Rodrigo? Sure, that's fine. True aim, 99% that Randolph pays 170 for me and I gain a lucky rabbit's paw artifact. That sounds great. That's good. What is that lucky rabbit paw artifact? Yeah, let's get rid of the brilliant gemstone and throw that in there. Wow, look at that. Prestige, renown, domain taxes, same fate. That's amazing. Why am I not using that? Hold on. Let's get rid of this and do, yeah, absolutely. Anything else here? What one's better? King Jordan's Regalia. So piety plus 0.2, prestige plus 0.03, spouse opinion plus 10, glory hound tax contribution plus 0.2, or learning prowess, monthly lifestyle. No, I think mine's actually better. Great, so let's get back. It'll take a couple of seconds. Trailside bond, whatever. I can pay 170 for an army of 1,000 in Rossano, or I can appoint Murano Pellegrinu as bodyguard. Sure, let's get some levy. Sure, I think it's permanent soldiers. It's special soldiers, so they stay around forever. Fantastic. Danger, flawed fare. 95% nothing happens. 2% chance I die. 40% chance I gain the trait ill, that's fine. I'm not worried about ill, I'm fine. Dangerous faction, you don't like to see. All right, Pilgrimage of the Return. It's good to be home. I gained 6 experience in the Wanderer trait. Power sharing ended. Fantastic. And we're good to go. I'm a little sick, but we're okay. I mean, I would say that's pretty darn impressive. We're devoted servant already. Paragon of Virtue allows us to do another kingdom tiered battle, and we're in a position where potentially next time we can take a little bit more land. Everyone's Catholic for the most part. We can start gaining our prestige and looking into those cultural reforms, which is really confusing to me. Now, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying, and I'll see you in the next episode.